Yo, what's up, guys? It's Benny. Some breaking news out of New York. We're in New York right now. Actually, New Jersey. The district attorney of New Jersey for the Trump administration, Alina Haba, dear friend of our show, had a horrifying scare when a psychotic lunatic broke into her office with a baseball bat looking to kill her, ended up ransacking her office, destroying a bunch of stuff, and getting away. That's just the way it goes in this godforsaken part of the earth, but nonetheless, justice pursueth, and they were able to get this guy quickly. We were very concerned for our friend Alina. Alina released a video saying as much, and saying that she had somebody willing to attack her with a baseball bat. Anyway, an announcement just today that the DOJ and the FBI have arrested a man that was trying to kill Alina Haba. Here we go.
You may not hear in the news all the threats that every individual in this administration gets, but there are many, and there are too many. It is a frightening time in our country, and I wish the rhetoric would just calm down.
The suspect in the attack on the office belonging to the acting U.S. attorney in New Jersey, Alina Haba, has been taken into custody. Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing that arrest earlier this morning, identifying the bat-wielding suspect as Keith Michael Lisa. For more, we are joined by former Assistant U.S. Attorney General John Yoo and Washington Times Editor-at-Large and Attorney Alex Warrior. Great to have you both. Professor Yoo, I hear stories like this. It's frightening. It's disturbing. Your reaction to the fact that there has been an arrest made, at least that seems to be some promising news.
I think it's great that the FBI tracked this guy down, and the Justice Department should throw the book at him, because there needs to be a message sent that is unacceptable to attack federal agents, federal law enforcement, courts, and prosecutors. But the bigger problem is that this, unfortunately, is a trend, I think, caused by the far left's extreme rhetoric. We have been living in a period of heightened political violence. It might have started back with the attempt to assassinate Justice Kavanaugh after Dobbs. You saw the assassination attempts on President Trump during the election, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and now you have attacks on high-profile federal prosecutors. So a message needs to be sent by the Justice Department that you cannot attack the federal. Can have debates over policy, win or lose, but it's not acceptable to attack our own government.
I couldn't have said it better. And Alex, as I welcome you into the conversation, it's infuriating because these are people who are public servants and trying to do what they can to make life better for all of us. And you can agree or disagree on the policy, but something's got to give. And the rhetoric, as Professor Yoo just said, really has to be more careful. Your thoughts? Yeah,
I think John is extremely spot on here. The DOJ has a responsibility to go after this and throw the book. Hopefully, we're looking at looking for the maximum amount of fine and jail time that this individual could face for both charges that he's looking at here: destruction of federal property, and of course his plan to assault, bring a bat inside towards Alina Haba. Quite dangerous, and I think that. The important point, too, is that this is seeming to come from one side. John just went through how we've looked at a lot of Republicans that have been targeted. I am waiting to see what Democrat lawmaker is going to step up and use their voice to try to tamp this down. It seems like each time we see an assassination attempt or some sort of attack that's thankfully spoiled, we don't have a Democrat stepping up and saying enough is enough. And that needs to happen. And to that final point, there was a poll out earlier this month from Politico, and I was shocked at some of the numbers. It said 55% of Americans believe that we're going to continue to see this political violence increase and expect that a political candidate will be assassinated in the future. That is terrible. You would think after what happened with Charlie Kirk that our country would be winding down from that, but it looks like people expect it to get even worse. And 24% said that sometimes it's justified, which is just unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable, and I'm really, really disturbed by this, and I agree with you both. I really hope they throw the book at this guy.
So Keith Michael Lisa has been arrested and is being held on charges of a ton of different charges, but threatening, obviously, a federal official, breaking and entering, all of the various things that you can charge somebody with who is clearly a maniac. I don't know what the hell has gone wrong with people. There's a very dark spiritual energy out there, and Alina Haba said as much in her first interview since this terrifying scare. She was on with Kayleigh McEnany this morning. Here we go.
Attorney General Pam Bondi says the suspect accused of attacking U.S. Attorney Alina Haba's office in New Jersey is in custody. The Justice Department claims Keith Michael Lisa tried to enter the building with a bat on Thursday, was initially turned away. The FBI says Lisa came back later that day without the bat, went up to the office where he destroyed property. Joining me now is acting U.S. Attorney from New Jersey, Alina Haba. Alina, I know I can't ask you about details of this attack. There's going to be an ongoing case, but how are you doing?
Better now that he's been caught, and thanks to the FBI and all the federal agencies that really stepped up, HSI, U.S. Marshals, I could go on, but it was a frightening thing. Honestly, Kayleigh, you and I are in the public eye. We've had friends that have been, unfortunately, assassinated. We've seen attempted assassinations, and you never really think it would come that close to home. And this individual obviously got very close to where I sit for work every single day. So it was, he got into the building. It was frightening.
It's astounding to me. I mean, all you're doing is trying to serve your country. You're doing it honorably. Benny Johnson said there was a second threat against him. Pam Bondi, is on that as well. Frank Turek at a university,
right.
and they're harassing him. It's a trend.
It is a trend. I've had numerous people, some come to my home. I've had threats online. We saw the 8647. They started the 86 Habba. Somebody got indicted. You may not hear in the news all the threats that every individual in this administration gets, but there are many, and there are too many. One is too many. And all we are doing is serving our country. All we are doing is fighting. And the Department of Justice is going to continue to fight for justice. It won't deter us, but we are human beings. I have children that read what happens. We have families. It is a frightening time in our country, and I wish the rhetoric would just calm down, because nobody who serves, who's in the blue, who's any agents that are out there, and that's why I'm so behind them, deserves that kind of treatment, or to be afraid to go to work and do your job for the American people like the president does.
Alina, how has your faith helped you through this? I know you're very vocal about that, and I've got to believe you're relying on it now.
Yeah, I think for the last 2 days, I've had so many calls, and thank you to everybody that reached out. And I can say that, while he was obviously not apprehended, I was very scared. But I have always said, Kayleigh, the opposite of fear is faith. And you believe that God protects those and has a plan for us, even when there's dark moments in our country. I believe those are in God's hands, and that's God's plan. And if I didn't have my faith, I would have pretty much nothing. So I can tell you that's your core value system. And I wish that this individual had more faith and more of a moral compass.
Yeah, for sure. And just final question on the way out. You did such great work in New Jersey. There were those 2 individuals with the ISIS plot out of Michigan. You got them in New Jersey.
Yeah. Yes, I was very proud of that. We coordinated with our Michigan team and some of the other U.S. attorneys, Washington as well. And I just have to say, this Department of Justice under Attorney General Pam Bondi, who, by the way, has been so supportive of me the last 2 days, we have been taking down serious crime. And I see the criticism. I see how they attack. We are going to keep America safe. That is our priority. And we did so when we took down those individuals that were linked to ISIS.
For sure. Acting U.S. Attorney Alina Haba, you're...
You hate to see it. You hate to see it go this way. The FBI has arrested another dude who was stalking my family and was threatening various influencers online with violent threats. And so we're very thankful for that. I can tell you, if you want to end on a positive note, the fact that these people get arrested and charged and that there's actual consequences has led to a lot of, major reduced threats online, at least, against me. And so I'm thankful for that. We track these things really closely, take it very, very seriously. Please say a prayer for the people like Alina Haba who are on the front lines of this administration, who are doing just their level-headed best, to try and serve their country. I know there's a lot of blackpilling and a lot of dooming going on right now. None of that is helpful. What's actually helpful, ladies and gentlemen, is prayer. So please pray for those who are supporting and defending our nation right now. They need it. We need it. God bless you. Thanks. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.